Dienstag ist Dilemmatag. Hello, it's your friendly neighborhood Kaiser, and today we are attempting a space mission. The Dojo Discord suggested that we use the Klingon-Cardassian Alliance today, and we are attempting Test Warship. Let's have a look at our crew here. We have Regent Worf, we have the Intendant, we have Nizari, some of the Ferengi Misters, some Universals. By the way, apart from Regent Worf and the Intendant, the rest was just randomly selected from all the different KCA personnel available. And I've also put some cards for our opponent on the table. As you can see, they are waiting at the Alpha Quadrant wormhole aboard a Hasnok ship, and they have Rogadana, several Zoom-type androids, Lore, Morik, Data, so lots of high-strength personnel that could come over and pick a fight. So if that impacts our decision, you decide for yourself. Maybe you would do things differently here. Now, somebody on the Discord suggested that we put a Nor in there in a science lab to just peek at the seed cards here. I said no, but I'll give you a Kavort and a Jeremy Korvac to redshirt it, so let's just do that. Let's have a look at the bottom seed card here. It's a minion disintegration protocol. One engineer at space with most skill icons is killed. Hey, Korvac has engineer. He's dead. And then to get past requires 2 engineer or 6 non-Borg universal personnel. Now, that's a real quandary here. Do we wait until we have 6 universals? At the moment, we've got 3 in play. Chances are we don't have 3 universals in hand that we could play next turn. Or do we attempt with the engineers? Let's have a look. We have 1 engineer on Brunt, another on Nog. We have another one on the Theta. So do we just attempt with those 3? Or do we send in more guys? Let's just do strength in numbers. Let's put them all aboard the Regency and attempt. Maybe that's a stupid decision. Let's find out. So clearly they have the engineer. Our opponent decides to kill Mr. Brunt. When he leaves play, we may download Mr. Quark. He is already in play, so that doesn't matter. And then we'll have cleared this dilemma and move on to the next one. And it's the crystalline entity. At a space mission, so it has different requirements depending on whether you encounter it in space or on a planet. At a space mission, kills all life, including stopped personnel. That's an exception to the regular rule that stopped personnel are not affected by bad dilemma effects. Kills all life on ship unless shields greater than 6 or music aboard. I haven't seen any music here. However, the Regency 1 has shields 10, so we are lucky here. Aren't we? No, we're not. If you paid attention to the personnel our opponent put out, there is Lore, whose special skill doubles all crystalline entities in play. Now, doubling means the points are doubled. You score 10 instead of 5, but also the requirements are doubled. That means we have to have a ship with shields greater than 12, and instead of music, we would need double music. Clearly, we don't have those. And that means all life aboard the ship just dies. And we don't even get to score the points. Now we are going to play a few more personnel next turn. Maybe we'll play another copy of Jeremy Korvac, and he attempts again, only to encounter Spatial Rift. 2 personnel disappear if their combined cunning is less than 15. I'm sure with the Theta in play, we would have downloaded the lower decks just before he died. But still, with the bonus of +2, Korvac is not smart enough to make it through the Spatial Rift on his own, so another Korvac dies. But now we know that we need to assemble 1 Astro and double engineer, ideally on a personnel selection where any combination of 2 personnel will always have cunning 15 or higher. Now, of course, we could have attempted just with the 3 engineers, lost 1 of them, then lose the other 2 to the crystalline entity, but still we would be short 2 engineer for the final dilemma here. Let's have a look. Would we have Astro on these guys? No, they didn't even have astrophysics, so there's they wouldn't have contributed to solving this dilemma anyway. This works quite nicely because after filtering out an engineer with the minion, we don't really know what's best to do. Do we send in more engineers, killing another one, and undoubtedly already thinking about a different engineer wall coming up later? Or do we spend more time until we have all the universals in place? Now, some affiliations are quite good at doing this, but others have a harder time finding enough universal personnel. And sometimes the wrong decision is to wait until you have all the things you need. Sometimes you just need to power through and gather intelligence and find out what the next dilemmas are. So there is no perfect solution here. Crystalline Entity, if your opponent downloads lore early on, you should always pay attention. You should always watch out, and it doesn't hurt to know by heart what these requirements are, knowing that you need double music. Now, while this pairs quite nicely with the imminent disintegration protocol, if you go the engineer route and send a rather small crew with engineers, you want to protect your guys and send a small crew, just the engineers, there aren't a lot of engineers that also have music. In fact, there are only 11. 3 of them are versions of Data, 2 are versions of Uhura. Voyager has good chances with 7 and Harry. TNG has Miles O'Brien. There's the Miles O'Brien Romulan hologram that nobody ever plays. And Bajorans have a decent shot because Raska Khan plays for free with Resistance Cell and Minister Turan plays for free to the headquarters, so they have good chances if they try the engineer route, but other affiliations get the short end of the stick there. If you try the other way and go in with universal personnel only, you won't have great chances either, because universal personnel with music are also only about 19 or 20 or so. There are 2 Bajorans, 2 Cardassians, there's even a Dominion one, but they are not necessarily cards you would find in multiples in decks and have them out in multiples at the same time. So that's a good combination here of dilemma requirements that aren't often found together on the same personnel. And then in the end, it's just kill a certain skill, kill more guys, and then ask for lots more of the skill that you tried to eliminate here. Of course, there are some affiliations that are naturally good against this. Borg have huge ships, so for them the shield part won't be a problem, so it's just a bad combo against Borg in space. But in general, the shield requirement is quite good. There are only 2 ships in the game that have printed shields greater than 12. The Think Tank ship and the Viserys, neither of which sees a lot of play. So you'd have to find some Captain's Log or something that boosts it. Otherwise, you are out of luck there. Definitely not a combo that is unbeatable, but depending on how you go about it, it can set you back for quite a few turns. Okay, that's everything for today. Thanks for watching. If you like these videos, please leave a comment or subscribe to this channel. Until next time, expand your power in the universe. Bye bye.